I don't know about you, but I mean, do you know anybody who's had trouble having a child?
Yes.
Everybody says yes.
It's quite a few people, but it's in general. I notice it's usually older people that have had a long career, that have had a career, and then when they get into their late 30s or their 40s, then they decide to have children. It's very difficult.
Yes, aging is definitely a problem, but it's not the only problem. And there are many young. If you talk to your nice nurse, that I forgot her name,
Mercy,
she told me about two of her young friends who've had trouble having. It's not just it's the older ones. You know, they're more prevalent, so you hear more of them. But young people too are having problems, and it's everywhere and it's increasing. So I think now we're going to start paying attention because we're feeling the impact. You know, until it comes home to roost, as you say, it's not going to make us change anything. But I think this might.
Yeah, I was reading something about lowered testosterone counts, and that lowered sperm counts is happening with people, and they were trying to figure out why, but they had not made the connection to your work. It was just an article about trying to recognize what's causing this trend. So listening to what you're saying, it really hits home. That's terrifying, because I'm thinking about how many people this affects and how many people consume things that are either wrapped in plastic, or they microwave things in plastic, or they drink bottled water. We stopped drinking bottled water here a while back just because it was wasteful.
Right.
And I'd heard about plastic leaching into waters, and how that's something, it could do something with add estrogen to your body or something like that. I'm like, well, it just seems like a bad idea to just drink out of plastic all the time. And they had said it was a bad idea when you leave. Like, we lived in California, it was hot. And if you had a water bottle in your car, you should never drink it after it's been sitting in there.
The same thing.
Yeah, but I never made the connection to the developmental cycle of a child.
That child is the most sensitive organism. It affects adults too, but because there's just so much going on there, right?
Sure.
Everything is developing then. That's the most critical period. And like you say, it's forever. So let me give you a good example of this. Smoking. Smoking is not a good thing for reproduction. It's not a good thing for sperm count, okay? If the mother smokes, then on the average, her son can lose 40% of his sperm count. If the father smokes in that period before he conceives the child, there's 60 to 70 days that the sperm is being created. In that period, that sperm is vulnerable to what he's exposed to, like smoking. So then that child has also about a 40% lower sperm. And that's not fixable. However, if the man smokes himself, his parents didn't, he did, he might have a 20% reduction, and then he goes off, and then he's good to go. So it's very different if the exposure occurs in utero or postnatally or in childhood or adulthood. Yeah. So it's the unborn child that we really need to protect the most. Yeah.
This is really scary information, and I'm wondering why this is not more popular. Like, why isn't this not on the news first story? Like, this is affecting the development cycle of how many children? I mean, are we
everyone?
That's crazy.
It is crazy, and it takes a long time to get this word out. And I wrote Countdown for this reason. I've been talking about this to my peers at meetings, conferences, writing papers. I've written over 200 papers that say this, but it's a very small circle of people that know each other and know the facts, and that's where it stays. In order to get it out, I have to talk to you. I have to talk to your listeners. I've given over 100 interviews in the last 2 months. I mean, I'm just saying this to everybody I can because it's got to get out there. And
I just can't believe I haven't heard it before. That's what's so terrifying to me. When I received the pitch, I read the breakdown of what your work was and what you discovered, and I was like, why don't I know this? How come I don't know this? This is crazy. Like, this is what it's called. Okay, let's just talk. Maybe this is grossly exaggerated. Maybe, but no, it's under exaggerated. I mean, or it's underreported rather.
It's definitely underreported.
I just don't understand how it could be. This seems like a significant issue.
It is a significant issue, and hopefully more people are recognizing. But look, people don't. If you have a problem with your cholesterol, I'm sure you don't. But suppose you had had your cholesterol checked. You go to a cocktail party. You say, "I went to the doctor. I had a high cholesterol. I'm gonna not eat this and this." You wouldn't say, "I went to my doctor and have a low sperm count."
Right.
Right? People don't talk about this. They don't talk about their reproductive health. And here's one of the surprising things is that low sperm count that's related to phthalates, that man is going to die younger.
Mm.